next, who is going to join us, I believe, live. And I believe they've got us on the old Skype already. How are you, my friends?
Hello.
Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Nice. James, right?
Yes. Last I checked. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started doing this music thing. Tell us all about it.
Well, okay, so John and I sort of have two pretty different musical backgrounds, and I think that's why we make music together. John, well, I guess I'll just tell about myself and then John can tell his story.
No problem. Go, my friend, go.
All right, so yeah, I started playing guitar around the time I was 11. I got really into it because I was into skating and rollerblading and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, music was a big part of that subculture. So it was sort of the next logical step. And then, yeah, just got into... Oh, wait, there's a delay.
No problem. I've got you. You're talking about getting into skateboarding and the culture and all this. Go ahead. Who cares about all these technical issues? People want to hear from you guys. They don't care about echoes, all those stuff.
All right, we got it. All right, so yeah, so then, you know, I started playing guitar when I was 11, and then when I was 12, I was like, well, you know, why don't I try writing my own songs? And so I got into that, and then it sort of all like exploded from there, just playing in punk bands in high school. And, you know, then it got a little weird. Like I went to college and I studied classical music there, and I was doing like orchestral pop, and that was sort of around the time bands like Arcade Fire were doing their thing. And, you know, that's very different from the kind of music that we make now, but it got me thinking beyond just the guitar, you know? And
yes,
the next logical step was electronic music, and John sort of grew up, I don't know, maybe
I kind of grew up more in the DJ scene, like was really into industrial music whenever I was younger, and then got into DJing, you know, I was like whenever I was 18 and kind of started throwing raves and stuff like that in Oklahoma.
Awesome.
That's where I'm originally from. And did nightlife events there for over a decade. And yeah, DJed and toured doing that and stuff, and then moved to New York. And then Mike and I kind of met here and kind of combined a lot of those influences of electronic and, you know, just pop songwriting.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, try to make aggressive music that is still melodic and, you know, take a song and then fuck it up as much as you can.
That's right. That's right.
Because I mean, all of our songs, I don't know if I always wished I could like write like a grand like 8-minute opus or something, but all the songs end up being like 3 minutes, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And I don't know, I mean, I guess I always thought that was interesting because I had this like realization one time. I was listening to Bjork, and I mean, she's since moved beyond this, like Bjork and Radiohead and all these bands that people consider kind of experimental. But then I realized that like they're doing a lot of weird shit, but it's still verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and that's why it resonates with people, you know, or Trent Reznor, you know, or, you know, Nirvana, or, you know, all these bands, or even punk bands like Black Flag, like where they're really aggressive and it's dark and heavy. It's still mad catchy, and it brings you back to like a hook at the end of the day, which sort of drills into your head this memorable element, you know?
That's great. That's great. We have got two great guests with us today to join us live in our broadcast. So you guys have a pretty cool music video out there. Talk to us about this music video.
So yeah, basically we finished most of the record before the pandemic hit, and you know, just so, I don't know, people out there know, we're from New York. We live in Brooklyn. I'm born and raised here. And so we were like hunkered down. We were trying to figure out, you know, we didn't want to like release the record when there's no opportunity to play live. So we needed to figure out sort of what we were going to do to move forward. And you know, we did a lot of songwriting and all that. But one of the cool things that happened was this venue that shut down called Hollow. They sort of were allowing us to like rehearse there and film there. So we tried to take that opportunity to, you know, do a video there. Yeah, so we got all our friends and sort of had them do a light installation, and the song Black Seed, it's about, it's sort of about self-destruction, like self-destructive tendencies and, you know, a lot of sort of internal turmoil. So I sort of had my friend like torture me throughout the video with like chains and a syringe and like fake glass. And we just sort of tried to express that distress in a performance video, I guess.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we have got two great guests with us today. They join us live here on our Sunday radio broadcast. Of course, Heavy Halo is with us. They have released their brand new music video, Black Seed. It is from the self-titled debut album to be released later this year. So Black Seed, tell us a little bit more about the details on this and about the album that's going to be coming out very soon.
Yeah, so Black Seed is the first track on our self-titled album, and it's the first of 3 videos. The second single, Crush, is dropping on Friday, so that's going to have an accompanied video, and then in a month there's a 3rd single, and then the album's coming out on November 5th. So yeah, we're really excited to finally share all this stuff with people, and that the world is sort of opening up vaguely, tentatively. So yeah, and then there's going to be a remix EP, a little bit after that of a bunch of the tracks from the album.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, this whole, producing music during a pandemic, where you can't really go anywhere, can't do anything. How were you guys able to put this album together the way that you were able to?
Well, I think pictures are worth 1,000 words.
There it is.
A large synthesizer collection.
Yes.
In our apartment, and we're roommates, and sometimes like my roommates get mad at me if I don't do the dishes enough or whatever, but usually it works out. So we were sort of in our COVID pod.
Yeah.
Us and our graphic designer who did all the videos and stuff. So we were just trying to just not be bored, you
try not to be bored.
Stuck in there. All you can do is write music,
Yeah, definitely helps having some fun gear to play with.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
advise everybody out there stuck at home to just buy some instruments because it helps.
Just buy some instruments. It helps.
You feel kind of, it's like, shop it off,
Yeah.
There you go. We have got 2 great guests with us today. They join us live here in our broadcast. So this whole, your music and everything, how do industrial artists and folks like this, what are some of your, I guess, feedback on social media to your music and everything you're working on?
Well, we're just kind of getting started with the rollout, but everybody around here in New York has been very supportive, and we've had a lot of people involved locally here in the scene in the music videos that we've been making currently. So that's all been really great. It's really great show support from everybody that we know here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about, sort of the New York scene is there's a lot of like cross-genre pollination that I think is like really awesome and creative, and it's sort of always been that way. As far as I understand, like back in the day in the 70s, you had disco and like post-punk and rave and hip-hop and all these different genres sort of springing up in the late 70s and throughout the 80s. And I think at least that attitude, I think some of, the people we know around here are trying to sort of carry that forward. And so, to me, industrial music is just a hybrid of like kind of grunge and emotional songwriting with electronic music. And we know a lot of people that sort of have a foot in each sort of field, and so it's been cool to sort of connect with them in different ways about just music we're passionate about.
Fantastic. So now that things are kind of starting to open up and people are starting to get back to live music and everything, what are some of your guys' plans to finish out the rest of the year here?
Well, basically we're just going to, start performing live and, schedule a release show. And obviously like COVID permitting, we'd love to, tour following the record. So I guess, a little bit up in the air, but,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we are going to play this music video for folks here in just a few seconds.
Awesome.
So where can people buy and stream your music and do all that so people can support your efforts?
Yeah, just Heavy Halo. Search it on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. So.
And we'll be out on Negative Gain.
Yeah,
label.
yeah. Big thanks to Negative Gain for supporting us on this album. So, and also check out their other artists because they've got a fantastic roster that I keep listening to.
Well, that's great. That's great. I appreciate you making time for us today. We're going to play your music, and thanks for keeping us updated on everything, and we'll definitely talk to you guys soon. Thank you, guys.
Sounds good. Adios, James. Bye.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. There they go. And here we go on the Jiggy Jaguar Experience here on 990 WBOB. Heavy Halo.
I wear the news. I can't get free. Can't cut it loose. There's no release. 'Cause I can't choose my destiny. Nothing to prove. No hope for me. Bleed on me. I'll tear you down. I can't relate. Cut you out. Alienate. Fucked up lives that we create. Alone we die. Disintegrate. Bleed on Why can't you see? Why can't you see? It's killing me. It's killing me. Why can't you see? Why can't you see? It's killing me. It's killing me. Bleed on
That is Heavy Halo, and it is the Sunday radio broadcast. We are going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we're back coast to coast.